All right, y'all. How's it going? How's it going? How's it going? What's good? What's good? What's good? Give a second for everybody to come through. Now, obviously, we have a brand new DLC. Welcome to the bottom dollar bounties, ladies and gentlemen. Bottom dollar bounties update is here. Now, Hazard hasn't added anything new to Save Editor yet, and Save Editor does not have an update for the vehicles currently. And if we're going to want to make the vehicles for this DLC, then we're going to have to go about it a little differently. We're going to have to manually do these things. Now, it's very easy. It's very, very easy to do these things right now. Hazard made something in the program that will allow us to do so quite easily. Alright, so you just open up your save editor, you open up any save. It doesn't matter what save you're using. Obviously, we're going to be using a DMO light save on PS4. On PS5, you can use any save. Only get to migrate so many saves, but on PS5, you can migrate anything. I think it's best to use 100% game save, if you ask me, or one that's fully modded for a frozen money save. Not even necessarily a DMO light save for new gen. But for old gen, we'll just go into a regular DMO light save. Alright, so now I open up my save, and I've cleared this save. I went and I did the little wipe and cleared all vehicles on this entire slot and did things. So I went back to rebuild stuff. So first thing we're going to talk about is you're going to need the codes. All right, vehicle hash codes. So if you go follow me on Twitter, I posted on Twitter at kingz crew. All right, I'll put a link below in the description. There's a post just a little while ago. Shout out to Classic GTA. Again, the man comes in clutch. He posted all the vehicles that are for this update with all of the hash codes that are next to them. Now, as you see these vehicle hash codes, alright, it's important to know that they all start with a 0 and an X. We don't need any of that stuff with the 0 and the X. We only need the last digits from there. That's going to be what our hash code for each vehicle is. This is the true name of each vehicle and their identity. That's not necessarily going to tell us exactly what they are for certain ones. I mean, like, obviously we can see the names. Police Dominator versus the Dominator. Drift versions. This Dominator 10. Coquette 5. Castigator. Don't know what the Pizza Boy is. I'm guessing it's a bike. The Vorschlag Hammer will be the Mercedes. There's going to be a drift version of that as well. We got the Yosemite 1500. Now there is 21 vehicles total in listing. 21 total vehicles in listing. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you how to add those vehicles to your save editor. Alright, nice and easy. So you can see I have a list, a picture from Classic. Here's the vehicles. I do have them printed out differently too. So that one's 0x4DF2780F, right? Have that one posted there. I like to go to it and just copy it. That's the Castigator. I can see it right there. So I'm going to go to my save editor, pick any vehicle slot. All right, now on this vehicle slot, once I choose it, you can see I already have the plate text set up for the Castigator, right? Go to the vehicles. You want to make sure you're on the spot to choose a vehicle and you're hovering over that slot that you want to make the additions to. I'm going to go ahead and next to the little tool with the arrow that's advanced modification, there's a drop down arrow, you know? Okay, and if you hit X or your touchpad, custom vehicle hash will pop and you can open up your custom vehicle hash and you should see it shows a bunch of numbers of whatever vehicle was on that slot. Mine was none, so it's 0. I'm just going to right click and paste. Every time you paste a new vehicle hash, you want to set that vehicle hash. Okay? Now, because this vehicle is not in the program, it's not going to appear. There's not going to be any performance modifications or special modifications to the vehicle that we can choose. Now I know I use the castigator, and so if you want to do things like the front bumper, the rear bumper, the spoiler, or the roof, you have to do so through the advanced settings modification. So we'll go back and we'll click on that tool, and it'll bring up this list. Everything should be zeroed out, right? So I can be sure and make changes the way that I want them. I'll max all default modifications. That'll give me full engine, full brakes, full suspension, and transmission. Go back to the advanced settings and you can see my armor set to 5, brakes are on 3. There's been some updates to the mod kits. Alright, again, I want to do the back bumper. I want back bumper style number 4. Remember the none is none, none is one is none in game. There's a little fall off, so 4 would be 5 in game. I'm going to choose 4 in this. Set my body style to 255. You can lock your slots to 255. All of them will change with that body style. And if there's a certain modification on here that you know that you want, you can go ahead and choose it. Say the exhauster on the car, there's a special one I want in the game. You go mod one in the game yourself in view and find that it's exhaust number 5. Place number 5, that's the exhaust I'm going to get. Now, fender left and fender right sometimes can be a mix-up between the mod kits and the cars. It might take a little bit of playing around for you to get things right or adjusted to the correct things that you want. Front bumper, grill, hood, horn. Obviously, there's no hydraulics for this next one, but you can do what you will. Now, some of these drift cars, all right, let's talk about the drift cars real quick. I did the Nebula D on this slot. That's going to be for the Nebula drift car. Okay, I want to do the Nebula drift car. So we don't have a model for the Nebula drift car, but we do have some other drift tuned vehicles in the game. Okay, so first I know that that Nebula drift has certain modifications on it and certain tuning. I'll just pick a drift car itself. You can pick the Hot Ring Tampa, the Drift Tampa, the Yosemite, F36R, or any one of the other vehicles that got an extended mod kit in the game already. Alright, and so I have that FR36 on this slot, and I also have its modification pack. This is going to be similar because of the type of body that it is, and it's a drift tuning vehicle. And once I do that and I have that vehicle locked on this slot, I know I have a full drift car designed here. Okay, I'm going to go to the plate text and make sure I call it a Nebula D. Cool. I know that it's not a Nebula D right now, but I'll go ahead and I'll find that Nebula D's number, 64C1C8AA. I'm going to copy that number and I'll now overwrite that vehicle through its custom hash code, that little drop down menu, custom vehicle hash, and I'm going to paste over it and change it to that Nebula D. Set, and it'll lock it. But if I check my advanced settings, okay, I still have all the modifications tied to that slot that would have been there with that vehicle. So I know that I've effectively made it a full drift tuned vehicle out of that Nebula, even though I don't have the mod kit for it. Same can be done for the Cypher, the Sentinel Wide Body Classic, and that Vorschlag Schlagen. Now that Schlagen's an unreleased car. There's a few other ones that are going to be unreleased on that list. Be sure to go check out the list and follow it, all the people. Follow Classic. Give them a shout out. Share the tweet. Let everybody in the community know what's going on. If you need any help making body modifications or attending to merges, feel free to reach out. Holla at me in the Discord. I'll be catching you guys live here over the next little while as we continue to make some rides. You can pull on and continue to go on through and make your save. I'll be getting the rest of these 21 vehicles done here, and I'll share a save to the Discord as well. If you later get a save from somebody else and you want to repull rides, it's as simple as picking a ride that's already been done. As you can see, I did that Canis Castigator, right? So now that I have that Castigator made, I can just extract that vehicle and it will make a file listed as unknown because it doesn't know what it is right now. I'll just call it what it is, the Castigator, and save. Now I have a GTA V file that was saved and extracted. I could send that out to my friends, anybody, right? Like go to Discord, post it, cool. Got a file, upload the file, GTA VV file, downloads, Castigator, boom, got a brand new car file. Alright? Nice and easy and simple. Should be easy enough for everybody to get down and get through. Feel free to holler at me later. As always, be safe. Have a great day, everybody. It's your man Cash is King, and I'm gone. Peace.